Content-Based Instruction, or CBI, is one of TEFL method. CBI can be at once a philosophical orientation, a methodological system, a syllabus designed for a single course, or a framework for an entire program of instruction. It is a teaching method that emphasizes learning about something rather than learning about language. It implies the total integration of language learning and content learning. There are 3 criteria of CBI curriculum. 1. Subject matter core. The fundamental organization of the curriculum is derived from the subject matter rather than from forms, functions, situations, or skills. Communicative competence is acquired during the process of learning about specific topics, such as math, science, art, social studies, culture, business, history, political systems, international affairs, or economic. CBI teachers must consider 5 questions. 1. How can we build necessary interdisciplinary foundation? 2. How do we achieve the desired balance between language and content? 3. Which subjects do we select and how do we sequence them? 4. Who will teach the course? A language teacher, a content specialist, or both? 5. How do we define and evaluate student learning outcomes? 2. The use of authentic language and text. The core material such as text, videotapes, audio recording, and visual aids are selected primarily from those produced from native speakers of the language. The learning activities focus on understanding, conveying meaningful messages, and accomplishing a realistic task using authentic language. It includes the extensive use of material taken directly from the culture being studied, and the filtering content, knowing how to grade activities and utilize a bound variety of teaching strategies. Among these are using context effectively, recycling or spiraling information, exploiting students' background knowledge and schemata, using peer work, and teaching coping strategies. If the teacher carefully selects the content, students will study topics for which they already possess schemata. For example, the relevant linguistic content and cultural background knowledge. There are also specific questions related to the use of authentic materials. 1. What are the appropriate authentic materials and how can we obtain them? 2. How do we provide students with authentic spoken input? 3. What are the appropriate activities and tasks to exploit this authentic input? 4. How do we incorporate students' schemata? And 5. What is the role of students' first language in coping with authentic language and text? The last criteria of CBI is appropriate to the needs of specific students. The content and learning activities correspond to the linguistic, cognitive, and affective needs of students and are appropriate to their professional needs and professional interests. A CBI curriculum must correspond to students' needs and remain highly fluid and flexible. It should also consider about the cognitive and affective level of students. There are also some specific questions regarding to students' needs. 1. How do we make an accurate needs assessment? 2. How do we ensure that students are cognitively, linguistically, and effectively prepared for the program? 3. How do we accommodate the widest possible range of learner profiles? 4. How do we deal with error corrections to maximize learning and motivation? And the last one, how can we use student input to ensure ongoing evaluation and adjustment? Let's talk about the types of CBI. There are 3 models: shelter model, adjunct model, and theme-based model. 1. Shelter model. It is called shelter because learners are given special assistance to help them understand the regular classes. 2 teachers can work together to give instruction in a specific subject. One of the teachers is a content specialist and another is ESL or EFL specialist. They may teach the class together on the class time by divided between the 2 of them. For example, the content specialist will give a short lecture, and then the English teacher will check that students have understood the important words by reviewing them later. 2. Adjunct model. It is usually applied in ESP classes, where the teacher is an ESL or EFL teacher. In the ESP classes, it emphasizes on the acquiring specific target vocabulary. Students may also feature study skills sessions to familiarize with the listening, note-taking, skimming, and scanning text. And the last one, theme-based model. Theme-based is usually found in an EFL context. Theme-based can be taught by an EFL teacher or team-taught with a content specialist. Teachers can create a course of study designed to unlock and build on their students' interests, and the content can be chosen from an enormous number of diverse topics. We can usually find in the junior high school or senior high school textbook where it is about a certain topic, for example, family, holiday, and etc. Next, we'll talk about the advantages of CBI. There are 5 points about the advantages using this method. It can make learning a language more interesting and motivating. Students can use the language to fulfill a real purpose, which can make students both more independent and confident. It can also develop their knowledge wider because they learn about several topics. And then next, taking information from different sources, re-evaluating and restructuring that information can help students to develop their valuable thinking skills that can be transferred to other subjects. And the inclusion of a group work element within the framework given above can also help students to help their collaborative skills, which can have great social value. Besides the advantages, this method also has disadvantages, or we can say the potential problem that may rise in using this method of teaching. There are 3 problems. First one is confusion. Because CBI isn't explicitly focused on language learning, some students may feel confused or may even feel that they aren't improving their language skills. Next, the overuse of native language. In a discussion about several and certain topics, students may feel more comfortable speaking in their native language rather than the target language. So here, the role of teacher in the classroom is to monitor the students to use the target language rather than using their native language. And the next, the appropriate sources. Because learning about certain topic, teacher may feel difficult to find the sources for the students. The sources that are available in their surrounding is limited, so teacher should work hard to find out the appropriate sources that are suitable for the students' level also, and also they need to make the activity from the sources. So I think it can be a potential problem for the teacher. And the conclusion of using the CBI, it can be challenging and demanding for the teacher and the student. It can also be very stimulating and rewarding. Thank you.